Hello everybody, I'm here with Let's Get Messy Wednesday, and I'm going to start prepping my page for doing a little work with doing some resist. With the resist, I like to use the Vicky Bouton matte acrylic gel. You can use it. Liquitex makes a brand as well. There are several companies that make this medium, and what it is, it's kind of like Mod Podge in a way, where you're going to get just a clear coating of whatever you're doing, whatever stencil you're using, and then you can swipe your matte medium gel through it. We're going to let it dry, and then we're going to paint around it, and then we'll wipe it down with a not a really wet baby cloth, but one that's partly dried, and you'll see what is revealed. So let's get started. I did spray my stencil with a little bit of pixie spray, but it's not quite ready, I don't think. Let's go ahead and pull out the inks that I'm going to use. So I want to do mostly greens for this Merry Christmas, and I kind of want to do a little bit of an ombre effect, I guess, with that. And let's see. So I've got pine needles, lucky clover, maybe something like that. Shoot, I just bought another one. Here it is. I wonder if that's going to be too much. Yeah, this is forest moss, but it almost looks like it's going to be too dark. So I'm going to just stick with these three. Or I could go with, no. Do I want to do pull in that? I wish I could talk to you all right now and find out what you're thinking. I almost feel like that's going to be not right too. So let's just go with these three. So I'm going to put those aside for now. And those are pine needles, lucky clover, and evergreen bough. So let's go ahead, and this is my first time using that pixie spray, and I probably didn't let it sit long enough, but that's okay. I don't really need it for this technique. I'm going to, you don't really have to shake this up, but I always do. I'm just going to put it right onto my palette knife. Line this up like so, and swipe it through. Now, it's important that you do not go off of the edge of this. Like, I've gotten really close here, because it's gonna give you that squared off look, which you don't want. And you know what? I am realizing that I have pink left over on my stencil, or red. So, well, that is going to be interesting. Let's just go with it. I mean, it is Christmas, so if we get a little red in here, I'm not going to worry about it too much. Let's see. And you can see where if you've missed anywhere or not, so it's pretty easy. You know, the one good thing about mixed media is, because it's, you know, art-based, you know, it's kind of meant to look messy, that if you don't like, you can always cover things up. Oh, I love that. It's a little crooked because if you all know me, I don't do much of anything straight. Kind of feel like I don't want to. Okay, I'm just going to be super careful here because I don't want to smash that top Merry Christmas. So I'm going to kind of hold it up while I do this. Let's see. I bet that one's not going to turn out very good, but that's okay. We can find a way to cover it up. Now you can do this as thin or thick as you would like. I have gone a little bit on the thicker side, but it's really about what you're looking for. So, okay, let's pull that up. Yeah, see where I kind of overlapped? I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but look here. I've kind of overlapped the Christmas there, but I'm not gonna be concerned about it. Just gonna let it go because we can always cover that up with something. So I am going to leave you for a moment and come back after this dries. I'm gonna let it air dry and then we will go from there. All right. Okay guys, I'm back and my matte medium is dry. Hope you can see that. So now I'm going to move on to doing like some watercolors. So I'm going to, sorry about that shaking. I'm going to use my Distress Oxides. I'm just going to put them on my mat here. And I'm going to give this a good spray. Now I am using watercolor paper here. It's close to my heart watercolor paper. So I'm not too worried about the water. And honestly, I'm going to be only pretty much doing something on the left side here. Not exactly sure how I want to end this line. If I'm gonna, now I'm gonna kind of do a little mix of the color here. I might have gone backwards. I think I wanted this at the top, but that's okay. You make it work, right? You just make it work. And I could have done the packaging technique on this as well, but I did not want, I didn't want to do that, what I just did with getting it way over on there on the other side, but that's okay. I might do a strip of paper or something there. We'll see. So you can do this anyway. I was planning on doing more of an ombre, I'll be honest, but I don't think I had my inks up in the right areas, so I'm just kind of mixing it up. I just didn't want it one single tone. I wanted to make sure that I had several kind of tones of green here. I just want to make sure I come out enough to show all those letters. Do this. Okay, now let's come in here. I'm going to clean up this ink before I lay my paper in it. And then I'm going to come back over and just gently wipe off. Now, I'm using Distress Oxide, so I have to be careful with the water because that will make them react, which I'm fine with. It's just going to add a little bit to the texture and everything. And as you can see, some of it is kind of chunky and isn't 100% clear, but I'm totally okay with that. So there is my background there. Now my plan is, let's see, this is the photo I'm going to do. And I will probably go ahead and put you on fast forward, but my plan was to use this cut file and then use a couple of ornaments here to balance some of the colors, and then throw in some more paper and some more embellishments. So I'm going to put you on fast forward now, and you can watch me with the rest of my process. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and start embellishing, and I'm going to be using the Home for the Holidays collection by Pink Fresh Studio. And I used that December 25th cut file, was a free cut file from the cut shop. And the ornaments up above were also a free cut file, but I am sorry, I do not know where they are from. They might be from the cut shop. I know the cut shop does have some free ornaments, but they might be from Paper Issues as well. I'm not quite sure. And I purchased the Scrappy Happy Bag for Home for the Holidays from my little scrapbook store. And I believe she does have these available in the shop. It comes with the individual sheets of the 12 by 12 paper. It comes with 2 ephemera packs. It comes with the layered stickers, the buttons, and the enamel dots. And it also comes with the cardstock stickers. It is a great kit. So I needed to figure out how I was going to cover up kind of that smudged edge of my mixed media, and I decided to use that kind of salmony pink paper because I did use that paper for one of the ornament cut files, so I wanted to make sure I had it somewhere else on the layout, and I thought that worked out really well. I'm going to have 2 main embellishment clusters. I'm going to have the one at the bottom where it says December 25th, and then the ornament at the top. Now the paper there to the right, I'm going to be backing my photo. I'm first going to back it with white cardstock and then onto that. And I like that blue paper with all the colors because it does bring in all of the colors from the collection. Now I'm done working on this December 25th. That Christmas tree is a stamp that I have. I do not have the name of the stamp in front of me, but if you do want to see it, please let me know and I will leave it in the comments. But it's a layered stamp and I use 2 different greens to cut that out. And I'm going to layer that kind of behind the house, and that will build up that cluster a little bit as well. So as you saw me auditioning a bunch of ephemera pieces down there, and I've got that Christmas across the middle with the ornaments. You'll find I do change my mind with that one, and I decide that I have one of the ornaments up in the top corner, the blue one, is backed with a gold paper. So I wanted to make sure I brought some gold down in that corner. So I'm going to use a Christmas word from one of my gold puffy sticker Christmas sheets that I have. Now I did find that smaller ornament at the top in the puffy stickers, so I'm going to go ahead and include that. That made me very happy because I do like to do clusters and 3s like that, but I could not shrink down these ornaments much more without it being kind of difficult to release from the mat. So I was happy to find that ornament in the sticker sheet, or the puffy stickers, which, I didn't mention those. Those come in that Happy Scrappy bag as well. Now, you see the scallop that I have. I wanted that to go over the layer of my photo because Otherwise, I'm really missing a lot of that detail because most of it is underneath the photo. So I really like how that ends up turning out by sticking it kind of, there you'll see, right over that navy blue patterned cardstock. So you'll watch me here, and this is kind of my process for most layouts I do, is I pull out the ephemera that I know I'm going to be using, whether it's from my stash or whether it just comes in a kit like this one. And once I have my kind of design, which this one is kind of a diagonal, I guess, except for that mixed media on the left. And I'm just going to keep going through and auditioning pieces from the ephemera. So I want to make sure I'm balancing my colors in each cluster. So I want to have some green, I want to have some gold. I'm going to end up adding some snowflakes down on the left over the mixed media. And so I do go ahead and move some of that up to the top around the ornaments. And then I also want to make sure I'm popping up different elements in both clusters. So you see I did put that joy on foam tape, and I knew I wanted to connect that with my photo a little bit, and so I did have it overlap the corner. And then I am going to end up popping up a couple of snowflakes, one in the bottom cluster and one in the top. I'll be honest, I got almost all the way through this video and I had not even opened the ephemera pack. I just was finding so much on the puffy stickers and on the cardstock sticker sheet that I just totally forgot about them. And then I was looking for some more snowflakes and found, then I'm like, oh wait, there's ephemera in here too. So I realized that and pulled that out. Now you'll see on the bottom where I put that house, puffy sticker house in the Christmas tree. I wanted something to anchor that, so it didn't look like it was just floating there. So I did use a label from the cardstock stickers, and it has a journaling spot there. So the only thing I'm going to put down there is probably the date, because obviously it's pretty self-explanatory of where we are and when it is due to the title and all. So, but I wanted to make sure that that tree and that house were grounded. And I was looking for a label, or if I hadn't found a label, I probably would have used this opportunity to use washi tape. I often use that for a grounding element because it doesn't, it grounds it, but it doesn't distract you, because it's so light and depending on the tape that you use. So I apologize because I can't really see the bottom of my layout right now, mostly because of what's on my screen here, but I do put that puffy sticker deer, and honestly I put that there because I wasn't sure when else I would use it, and since I created somewhat of a scene down at the bottom page, I thought that the deer would work out in that situation. So I like how that works and kind of just completes that scene. I think I'm looking through, oh, here we go. So I was thinking about taking, oh, there's the bow. Okay, I used a bow off of, I have 3 of these puffy sticker Christmas packs, and I'll be honest, I don't know what collections they're from. They're not from any collections that are new this year, but obviously they can go along with any Christmas collection that you have. So I really enjoyed bringing in some more gold. I'm going to use some of the gold like snowflake star elements on here, and I do audition adding a gold tree that I was going to layer with the other tree at the bottom, but it was just too much. It was kind of taking away from the sort of hometown Christmas look that I had going on down there in that scene. I have enough gold down there because I do have Christmas that is gold, and I have a gold star, and then I do add some gold snowflakes, so it's definitely balanced. So I really did not, I think that tree was pretty much overkill. So this photo, Christmas Eve, I usually get the boys Christmas pajamas, and this is a photo of all of us in our Christmas pajamas on Christmas Eve. Or no, this was Christmas morning, sorry, when we woke up. And yeah, we had to set up our iPhone and put it on a timer, so that was really funny. Now, there is a bit of light coming in from the back window there that kind of, I don't know, it kind of distorts the picture a little bit, but that's all right. It is what it is. I'm just happy to have a family picture, to be honest, because this is the only family picture that we got this Christmas. So usually we will get one at church, but unfortunately I had to work on Christmas Eve until 5 o'clock, and our tickets for church were for 2:30, so I wasn't able to attend. So I was super happy to get a family photo. You know, not the best photo because we're all in the morning, no makeup, hair up, all that, but hey, it's real life, right? So I did find that family tab, which I thought was perfect because it did bring the red up to that kind of cluster, because, you know, it's the same red that was used for the number 25. And here I am with finishing up the embellishments. Now the final, I thought about splatters, but I feel like that would have been too much, so I opted against it. Now, I was going to stitch on here for these ornaments, but I'll be honest, I was just simply too lazy. I did not want to do it, so I just took a marker and just did some dotted lines in red, and that's how I'm going to kind of make my ornaments stay attached to the top. So now I'm coming in with my Nuvo drops. You also can purchase these on my little scrapbook store. She's got tons and tons and tons of different varieties, the glitter ones, I mean, so many. This one is a perfect color red. It looks a little bit pink when you're putting it on, but it dries more red. It is called Red Sunstone, and it is one of the glitter drops. And I'm just kind of sprinkling those throughout both clusters. And then I am going to use some of the white to go kind of make little snow caps on my Christmas tree. Now, I live in North Carolina. It does not snow here. If it does, it's very minimal. But, you know, I'm from Illinois, so we're used to snow at Christmas. So I thought it doesn't matter if I use, you know, snowflakes. I will say that when I put the white on the tree, I'm looking at it now, and the ink from the tree turned the white yellow. So what I'm going to do is wait for it to dry, and then I'm going to go over the yellow drops with the white again, and I think it will stay white because it's not being soaked up on the paper. So just keep that in mind if you're using the white on top of something you have stamped and used ink, that it is going to change the color of the white. I do not like it in yellow, but that is quite all right. I know how I can go back and fix it. So I want to thank you all for coming to my channel and watching this video. And make sure you watch the ladies below that I have tagged. They also are using mixed media on their videos, and they've got some amazing inspiration as well. Have a great day, guys. Bye.